Hi allies, long time no see. So this week we're talking about suicide, and it's not really a happy topic, but it needs to be talked about, and a lot of the reasons why we're doing it is because, as you might already know, that BRODIE lost someone, I don't know, a week ago or something, and so we thought this was a good topic to talk about this week. First, I just want to pay my respects to BRODIE. I am so sorry for your loss. Believe me when I say I've been there and I know how you feel. Yeah, words are not enough at this stage, but at least the allies are there for you. When it comes to personal experience on this topic, I feel I have a fair amount of experience on it. First time I experienced something in the likes of suicide, I was in, I guess it was junior high, and a friend of mine's parent took his own life, and it was unbelievably hard. The whole class just sat around all day that day that we got the news and just cried. Every one of us, we cried. We just sat there and cried in silence all day. And I had never experienced anything like that before, so there were all kinds of emotions attached to it. I don't think my classmate that lost his dad ever has gotten over it or past it. I don't really even know where he is today. That's sad. Second, and I'm gonna be really honest here, I went through a lot of stuff during my teen years, and we're talking depression, self-mutilation, and eating disorder, and I was screwed up, like really screwed up, and I came to a point where I really wanted to end everything, but deep down it was just a cry for help. I feel so sad for the person that I was then than the person I am now, because I'm so far from that person today, and I'm so glad that I didn't do anything that would cause me to not be here. I mean, I tried, but I couldn't go through with it, and I'm so glad I didn't, because there's so much to live for. Recent years, my first girlfriend, who I first became very close to as friends, she committed suicide 3 years ago, this April, and it is the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my whole life. Now we're talking this and the loss of my grandmother, who I loved very deeply because I only had her as for grandparents, and the loss of my father last Christmas, and still losing my friend to suicide is the hardest thing I've ever dealt with, because it was so sudden. We didn't see it coming. We had no idea. Not even her family or her other closest friends. We had no idea. I remember I texted her the day before. I was in a perfume shop, and I tried on the perfume she always used, and I texted her, "Now I'm walking around smelling like you." And I never got a response to it, and the day after I got the news, and I will never forget my reaction. I couldn't believe it at first. Then I fell down to the floor, the concrete floor. I still remember the sensation of hitting the floor on my knees. And I cried like I've never ever cried in my whole life. It was such a shock. All the thoughts after that, I mean, I went through all the I blame myself. What could I have done to prevent it? If I went up there, could I have stopped her? All those kinds of thoughts. And the most important thing for people to remember and think about, if you are the person being left behind, you couldn't have prevented it. Like, if this person really wants to leave Earth like that, you cannot stand in their way. And you cannot blame yourself. For those of you who have ever thought about it or are thinking about it, don't. Like all the other allies up to now have said, don't do it. There's so much to live for. There's always someone you can talk to. Just reach out. If it's us, or if it's a friend of yours, or a parent, or anyone else in your family, know that they will be there for you if you need them to. Because if there's something as important as you wanting to quit living, there will be people helping you through it. I promise you, I guarantee it. 100%. People were there for me. Even if I didn't want them to be there, they were there for me. And I am so grateful today that these people were there. I owe them everything. I can't say it enough that suicide is never, ever the option. Never, ever, ever. And know this as me saying it because I've been there. So I mean, I kind of understand the thought process, the feelings. I mean, you shut your eyes completely. You don't see anything else. You don't see all that is to live for. You don't see all the people in your life that love you. And you don't see the people that you love. You only see yourself and the thoughts you have about ending it. And I promise you, there are so many people that love you. And if you left, they will be heartbroken. They are the ones that sit behind and have to deal with it, that grief and sorrow for the rest of their lives. And as a person left behind, it sucks so bad you don't even know. It sucks so bad. It's taken me 3 years to not cry every time I think about my friend. 3 years. And it still hurts me so much in my heart to think about her that I just don't. I can't. It hurts too much. But I can't talk about her without crying now. And it's such a process to get through. We are here for you if you need us. Each and every single one of us. We are here for you. That's what the allies are for. Like the other allies have said. We are here for you. We want to help you if you are in need of help. Not to mention all the other resources. Frankie mentioned the It Gets Better project. You have the Trevor project. Call their helplines. It's free. It's toll free. And there will be someone at the other end willing to listen to you talk about whatever you want to talk about. Or if you just pick up the phone and say, "Hi, I'm in deep shit. Talk to me." They will talk to you. And we all have a lot of other resources on the front page, and I'll put it in the description. We all put this in our description of every video. So please follow them if you have any thoughts about suicide or anything else. We will be here. Yeah, I guess that's kind of my message. That it's never the answer. never ever, and that you have so much to live for. I wrote down on my list here that there should always be a tomorrow. And if you think that there isn't a tomorrow, reach out. Please reach out. There are people that are willing to listen. I'm glad I reached out, and I'm glad there were people listening to me. I guess I wouldn't be here if they weren't. And I am so glad to be alive. I'm still getting my life back on track, but I am so glad to be alive. Yeah, I guess that's it. Please watch all the other videos and talk to us. Email us, whatever you want. We're here for you. Yeah, I guess I'll see you next week.